I was pleased to see that an award had been established in honor of Elizabeth Jacobs. I had the pleasure of going to Leadership Nashville with Elizabeth in 1982, and so it's great to see her name mentioned today. In 1966, Pam and I moved from Southern Illinois University in Carbondale, Illinois to Nashville, Tennessee. I had received the National Science Foundation Fellowship to attend Vanderbilt University for graduate studies in economics. A year later, Pam received a fellowship to pursue graduate work in mathematics at Vanderbilt. At the time, we expected to be here for only 3 years, as my goal was to teach economics at the college level. Though we knew we would be moving soon, we had no idea where. During my time at Vanderbilt, Davis Sellers, the clinical placement office, helped me search for teaching opportunities in a place where I could write my dissertation. I had completed my coursework. One day, Ava asked me if I had ever considered a career in business, suggesting that my academic background in economics might lead to success in that field. I hadn't thought about it before, but I told her I was open to learning more. She connected me with Bill Wells at Genesco here in Nashville. Genesco at the time was a large billion-dollar publicly held apparel manufacturer and retailer led by Max Jarman. To make a long story short, I was offered the position of economist. My studies at Vanderbilt focused on international finance, which aligned well with Genesco's multinational expansion efforts at that time. This turned out to be a great fit for me, and my career advanced quickly. I moved from economist to director of international finance to assistant treasurer of the parent company. Through our church, Pam and I became more connected to Nashville. We started learning about what was then known as Old Nashville, and often joked about needing a Nashville green card to fit in, expecting it to take 10 years or more. To my surprise, we earned our green cards much sooner. Nashville welcomed us with open arms, and as the city grew, we grew. Our 3 sons were educated at Montgomery Bell Academy. Our oldest, John, went on to graduate from Duke and Northwestern in economics and business. Our second son, Jamie, earned degrees in architecture, interior architecture, and building science from Auburn University. And our youngest son, David, graduated from Vanderbilt, Georgetown, and Carnegie Mellon, studying physics, Spanish, business, and computer science. As a family, we have been deeply blessed by the opportunities Nashville has provided to us. Pam built her career in banking at Third National Bank, and I had the privilege of serving as chairman and CEO of the Ingram Distribution Group, Inc., and executive vice president of Ingram Industries, working closely with Bronson Ingram, my mentor. Now, as Pam and I approach 80 in 2025, we are grateful for our wonderful sons, 3 incredible daughters-in-law, 9 fantastic grandchildren ranging in ages from 7 to 23. Next year, we will celebrate our first granddaughter-in-law when our eldest grandson Philip marries Faith Coe. Over the past 25 years, Pam and I have enjoyed starting and growing our company, Tremont Capital Inc., with the valuable support of our office manager, Becky Jones, and our administrative assistant, Beth Wooten. Today, we are thankful for the community we have been a part of at Christ Presbyterian Church, and we are honored that our senior pastor, Dr. David Tilson, also our Sunday school teacher, is here today, along with his wife, incredible wife, Diane. We are thankful for our involvement with Habitat for Humanity, the Nashville Symphony, the Boy Scouts of America, Southern Illinois University, and of course, Lipscomb University. We are grateful for the many friends we have made over 58 years in Nashville. Pam and I often look at each other and say, who would have thought? We are deeply honored to be here today. We thank Dean Ray Eldridge for the College of Business at Lipscomb University for nominating us, and H-Well of Middle Tennessee for selecting us for the Sage Award. We will be forever grateful to the people in Nashville who have welcomed us and helped make this city our home. Thank you.
Well, I told Phil if he didn't talk too long, I'd say something. But he gave me a moment. Phil has succinctly told our story. We've often talked how we could have never imagined the path that our lives would take. We kind of had a very simple plan, and God had other plans, well beyond our imagination. We do feel incredibly blessed, and one constant from the beginning till now, we've always been a team in whatever we're doing. We've never shied away from being leaders, but we've always felt most comfortable having a lower profile and helping rather than being on stage. We would much prefer being sitting right out there, right now, impacting and encouraging others. That is definitely more of our comfort level. Taking a little different tack, I did check what the definition was of sage. And it says, a profoundly wise person. Well, we might agree with a longtime friend. I started to say an old friend, but a longtime friend, who is well known for the phrase, I'm a lot older and a little bit wiser. And after all these years and all these experiences, you do gain some knowledge that maybe is translated as wisdom. But two people who were really influential in my life, teaching me some real important things, was my grandmother and my mother. My grandmother was a huge part of all of my growing up years, but she had little pithy ways of saying things like, always admit your age so people don't think you're older. And then she would say, you know, when you get old enough to need glasses, they're a blessing because they hide the crow's feet. I could go on and on about my grandmother. She was a bit of a piece of work, but she always got up and dressed in the morning so that she was ready for whatever. And thanks to her, I don't chew chewing gum because it's not ladylike. And I never dared smoke because a lady should smell of perfume and smoke. So just a few little things there. But my mother was probably my greatest influence. When Mom and Daddy were 34 years old, he suddenly died of a massive heart attack, and life was forever changed. And I learned from Mother to spend a lot of time on your knees, because then when you get up to face the challenges of the day, you're not alone. She also taught me the value of being a lifelong learner. When Mother was young, she became the first one in the family to go to college. Now, my grandparents back then sent her to a girls' finishing school, Stevens College, which was at that time a 2-year college. I think they hoped that she would learn some domestic skills, maybe majoring in home ec. No. Mama majored in chemistry, much to their dismay. But when Daddy died, you have to see the hand of God at work, because she suddenly needed a job. She had studied chemistry, and what was being completed right there in that little small town in the middle of nowhere? Allied Chemical. And they needed chemists. So you can see how God works in mysterious ways before we know it. Later, she decided she needed a 4-year degree, so she came back to school. And I say came back because she became my roommate in college. And finished her 4-year degree in chemistry, and then went back to the lab. Later, in her 90s, she was still wanting to learn. When she was a girl, she was taught the atom was the smallest particle. After World War II, we knew about protons and neutrons. In her 90s, she found out there were subatomic particles. So then she gave me a little bit of a challenge to find reading material so she could learn about quarks and all of those other subatomic particles. So briefly, from my grandmother and mother, the wisdom I learned could be summed up by, number one, spend time with God. Number two, embrace your age. 3, keep a sense of humor. And 4, to stay curious and always ready to learn. Again, thank you, Brady, for the nomination, and thank you, A12, for the honor.